I still regret it, even after 35 years. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I need to get it off my chest. I got married young, at 18, to my high school sweetheart. She was everything: smart, funny, kind, and the kind of person who could light up any room. She was so extroverted, and I'm incredibly introverted, but somehow, we just worked. By 25, we had 2 small kids, and I was genuinely happy with my life. Then, my wife got a new job, and she was thriving, getting promotions, working late, and moving up fast. And I know what you might be thinking, but you're wrong. I was the one who cheated. While she was out working late, making money to support us, I started building up this resentment. She wasn't home to cook dinner, and I never bothered to learn. The laundry would pile up because I didn't do it, and I was the one doing the school runs since she was working. But I never told her how I felt. Instead, I put on a front every day when she came home, acting like everything was fine. Deep down, I knew that if I had just told her, she would have listened. But I didn't. Then I met someone at a work event. We started talking over the phone, and before I knew it, things got inappropriate. And I let it happen. I even wrote my wife a birthday card, telling her how much I loved her, how amazing she was. And then, just 2 weeks later, I walked out on her. The worst part, she didn't scream or yell. She just stood there, silently crying, while our kids sat in the other room, not knowing what was going on. She just watched me pack up my things. I broke the best person I'd ever known. She lost her job because she couldn't handle the school runs and the extra childcare alone. My alimony payments went up, and I resented her for that. Looking back, how selfish was I? The woman I betrayed, who was now raising our kids by herself, needed more help, and I blamed her for it. I saw my kids every other Saturday, but that was it. As for the woman I left my wife for, that didn't last. She lost interest in me almost immediately, especially once she saw how broke I was from paying alimony. My ex-wife is the strongest person I've ever known. She never showed me how much I hurt her, but I could hear her crying herself to sleep when I stayed over for the kids. I spent years resenting her for taking my money, even though deep down, I knew it was my fault. And I still loved her, but I was too proud to admit it. Even though I was the one who left, she's the one who eventually filed for divorce. Every time she asked if I'd gotten a lawyer, I'd say, I'm not ready, until she finally had enough and did it herself. She said the waiting was too painful. I said awful things to her when I was angry, like, I didn't love you for a long time, I stayed for the kids. She never said anything back. I'll never forgive myself for that. She wanted to make it work, and she fought for me for months, but I wasn't interested. She loved me even when I hated her. Then she met Mark, older, wiser, and he loved her the way I should have. He's a good man, to her and to my kids. Watching someone else love the person you were supposed to love forever, it's the worst pain I've ever felt. 2 weeks before her wedding, I blurted out, I love you. She looked at me and said, then you should have fought for me, because I would have loved you forever if you'd let me. On her wedding day, I sat outside the church, telling myself I would object, but I couldn't do it. That was 30 years ago, and writing this down now hurts just as much as it did back then. Seeing her with him all these years has been my punishment. I've had a few relationships since then, but nothing serious. I'll never forgive myself for what I did. Today should have been our 42nd wedding anniversary. I don't think anyone truly gets over infidelity. You just learn to live with it.